When you start a business, you start it because you love what you do, you love the work. And then you become a victim of your own success. And the bigger you get and the further along you go, you end up getting dragged away from actually doing that thing you love, like the reason you started it, and you end up running the business. I think no one ever tells you about this when you start a company.
Charlie's HR software for small companies so that they can spend less time on admin and more time on the stuff that really matters. Like, how do we help small businesses? In a pretty simple and small way, by taking as much of that admin and process off their plate as we can. Time off, employee records, onboarding and offboarding.
They're not thinking about managing and booking time off and managing, tracking that in a spreadsheet. They're not thinking about all the information they have stored in their employees and how they keep that securely. They're not worrying when they're onboarding a new member of staff about whether they've got laptops for them, whether they're going to set up on payroll correctly. All of this stuff automated and managed by Charlie when it's set up properly.
Running a business is stressful. You realise that there's a bunch of stuff that you want to spend your time on, and there's also a bunch of stuff that you don't necessarily want to spend your time on, but you have to do. And I guess our experience was that, you know, most of our time, most of our days, most of our week, we're getting taken up with the process and the admin that comes with running a business, and it's not necessarily the stuff that we really wanted to do.
First version of Charlie was built very much for ourselves as founders of agency businesses. And it just turned out that once you start showing it to your mates who run all kinds of other companies, from, you know, food companies through to other tech businesses through to, you know, law firms, they suddenly start to say, hey, look, we could use this too. Like we've got the same problems and we haven't worked out how to solve them yet.
You don't start a company to do the admin. You start a company because you're super passionate about the problem you're solving for.
And so what we wanted to do was say, well, actually, how can we give people more time to focus on the reason they started it, the thing they really love, and how can we automate this running piece? Like, how can we help them to get on building the business while we can run it for them in the background?